What's good, guys? Fantasy Joe back here with some more fantasy football content. Today, I'm talking about my favorite draft pick in every round. These are guys based off their ADP that I think are going with the best value, going too late, or just the best player by far. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I have a ton of the early round decision series on the channel, a ton more of those coming out this week. So if you like those, hit that subscribe button. Kyron versus ETN, Jonathan Taylor versus Saquon, Jahmyr Gibbs versus other players are already out on the channel. My sleeper series is already out. My wide receiver values, my running back values are already out. And league winners will be coming out soon. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. If winning a fantasy football championship is important to you, it'll give you that edge throughout the rest of the season. Let's hop into the video. Comments and likes always appreciated. Helps out the algorithm as well. So round one, my top pick is A.J. Brown. Based off where he's going, I mean, he had over 100 receptions last year, 1,400 yards, 7 touchdowns, and he's going at the back of round one. He is just about as locked and loaded as all the receivers at the front, but you get a great value on him, so that's why I have A.J. Brown there. If you do his stats, his how much receiving yardage he has, correlate that to what it should turn into touchdowns, he should be in that double-digit range. And I expect him to get back there this year. I think it was just a down touchdown season, and it would jump all over the value you get with him now. Number 2 in round 2, my favorite pick, Kyron Williams. He was the RB2 in points per game last year at a Christian McCaffrey-esque workload, was just getting the ball like crazy. They bring in Blake Corum, which has sunk his draft price, but he is still an excellent value in drafts. Moving on here, my third round pick, my favorite pick, James Cook. He was RB11 last year despite only scoring 2 rushing touchdowns. He caught 44 passes and is great in the passing game. They lost a lot of targets there last year in Buffalo. Expect him to be utilized this season, and he's a very talented football player and a very important role for this offense. Moving on to round 4, Jalen Waddle. So even though here he's a little lower than round 4, I usually see him going round 4 at the latest, though. But my round 4 pick is Jalen Waddle. 2 years ago, finished as a wide receiver 7. Was banged up a lot this last year, a lot of games where he was leaving for snaps, things like that nature. But Jalen Waddle, when he's healthy, is a dynamic football player. Number 5, none other than Trey McBride himself. McBride played 10 games in a row to end the season last year with 69-plus receiving yards. That's absolutely ridiculous for a tight end. From week 8 on, he was on pace for 144 targets, 112 receptions to end the season, and 1,114 receiving yards. All of those numbers are really good, especially the tight end position for a guy you can get in the 5th round. Marvin Harrison Jr. is there now, so there is more target competition. I would not worry about that, though. Trey McBride is going to continue to produce for fantasy football, even with more target competition. Taking a look, it's my favorite round 6 player, T. Higgins. T. Higgins is a great value where he's currently going in drafts. He's Joe Burrow's locked in number 2. He's a guy who could have 1,200 yards, double-digit touchdowns if he just stays healthy. I think that's the biggest X factor for him. And obviously, you can't project health, but I think T. Higgins is going too late in drafts. Number 7, Rashee Rice. He's currently going fairly far down on this list. He's been moving up, though, recently. Rashee Rice is looking like he won't be suspended this season, or if he does, it's going to be a brief suspension. He was a wide receiver 22 as a rookie, so you can see he's currently being way underdrafted compared to that. Ended the season once they started to utilize him on a real heater. I believe he's going to be very good this season. For fantasy football, the number 1 wide receiver on the Chiefs. And obviously, Patrick Mahomes has the likelihood of throwing for a lot of touchdowns, so that brings his upside up as well. And you just don't have to pay that same draft day price as you usually do for a year 2 wide receiver on a great offense with a great quarterback who shined as a rookie as well. Number 8, we've got none other than Tyjae Spears. The ADP on some of these websites is just a little different. That's why it might be looking slightly off. But round 8, Tyjae Spears, 52 catches as a rookie, outsnapped Derrick Henry as a rookie. I think that this coaching staff is going to trust him a lot more than people realize. I do think it'll be a little bit of an ambiguous situation at the start of the season, him and Pollard both battling for it. He's a superior back. We saw Tony Pollard struggle with a good offensive line and a good offense last year. I don't think either of those are true in Tennessee, but I still think that Tajay Spears will be able to figure it out and produce for fantasy football. My favorite 9th round pick, we've got Christian Watson. He goes in that 8th, 9th round. But Christian Watson's upside is a top 10 fantasy football wide receiver. He has some of those scary Randy Moss almost athletic abilities. He's got a good quarterback. He just needs to be able to stay on the field, stay healthy, and suit up. Number 10, we have Gus Edwards. He should be the lead running back for the Chargers, who look to run the ball a ton in a Greg Roman offense. He's got double-digit touchdowns last year. He can do the same thing this year if he can hold on to the role. I can't even find him on this list. Gus Edwards, there he is. Number 11, Jerome Ford. He could be the lead back for the Cleveland Browns to start the season. I project him to be with Nick Chubb returning from injury. Cleveland in the past has used a 2 running back system. We've seen Kareem Hunt be very valuable for fantasy football as the RB2. Jerome Ford's definitely the RB2 and maybe the RB1 for a big chunk of this season. I would take the value on him where he's currently going in drafts and jump all over that. Round 12, I don't even know if I'm going to still be able to find these guys. There he is, Pat Freiermuth. The Atlanta Falcons last year with Arthur Smith targeted the tight end position a ton. I expect them to do that more this year, and Freiermuth is the guy there. My round 13th pick is Curtis Samuel. I don't even know if I'm able to find these guys now. Curtis Samuel, though, should be the number 1 wide receiver for the Bills. My favorite 14th round pick is Rico Dowdle. I think he is the better running back on the Dallas Cowboys. Has a chance of winning that job. You get him substantially better than you get Zeke as well. And like I said, I think he is a better running back. We'll see what happens as the season goes on. But taking some of those ambiguous shots on some of these running back situations on the guy you think can win, I think it's a good idea, especially when they're at lower draft costs. And then my round 15 plus guys, these are guys that are being undrafted, guys I would take shots on. Joshua Palmer, number 1 wide receiver or number 2 wide receiver for Justin Herbert, a fantastic quarterback. People are leaving him for dead. He ended the season strong last year. Marshawn Lloyd, hamstring injury right now, but he'll be the number 2 running back for the Packers and could potentially have a nice role in that offense before the year is over. And Dontavian Wicks, another guy that, if anything happens, he's a very talented football player and could potentially be an impact position player for the Packers in their receiving game. If you guys have made it to this point in the video, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. If you have any questions or comments, drop them in the comment section down below. I'll respond as always. This has been Fantasy Joe. Thank you guys for watching.